Now, most people who haven't ridden a bike for more than a decade might take a couple of gentle rides to get them back in the saddle. But one Gloucestershire woman who's decided to take part in a 100-kilometre cycling challenge across Africa is Meitiner, and has already completed the Sierra Leone marathon to raise money for Street Child. And this year she's going to be taking on the Sierra Leone Bike Challenge. And of course you can see her, she's here with us in the studio. Bea, thanks for coming in today. So you're no stranger to Sierra Leone. You've been there already. So what were you doing?
So I went there last year to run a marathon, and I was there to raise money for Street Child. So Street Child's a charity that helps kids get into education in some of the most challenging countries in the world, like Afghanistan, Ukraine, and Sierra Leone. And Sierra Leone is where it all started, where the founder pledged to get 100 kids off the street. And they've now supported 900,000 or over 900,000 children across the world. So I was there basically to raise money for them by running a marathon when I wasn't a runner.
Okay.
So now I'm going as a non-cyclist.
Now I'm not a cyclist. I thought we'll do some cycling. Yeah. I see a pattern going here. So you obviously got into running. You've done some cycling in preparation for this, though. And when I say some, it's actually quite a lot.
Yeah, so I cycled from my home in Meitiner Marsh in Gloucestershire to Breda in the Netherlands a couple of weeks ago, which is 400 kilometres. And if you remember the weather a couple of weeks ago, it was torrential rain, flooding, very strong winds. So it was quite the mental as well as physical challenge. But
why did you do that one then?
So a colleague suggested that I should cycle to my next customer meeting. And I said if he paid me £100 or paid Street Child £100, I would. And so he said yes, and so I did. And with that, managed to raise 2,600.
I love the fact that you left out a vital detail there, that you'd actually had as much beer as the slugs that we've just seen. Had a few drinks when that decision was made. So, so what's it going to be like cycling in Sierra Leone? Is the reason that it's there because you can see some of the poverty that you're raising money for?
Yeah, so Sierra Leone, it's a really challenging country to be in. The levels of poverty are beyond anything that I could ever even conceive before I went there last year. We'll also be cycling, and the runners will be running in extreme heat. So 36 degrees was last year's race, 92% humidity. So it's incredibly exhausting. As cyclists, we'll be doing it on a strange bike. It'll be a mountain bike. And not necessarily on tarmac, so most of it will be off-road. So that kind of adds to the complexity of it.
Complexity and difficulty. Do you feel nervous about it?
Yes and no. I know I can do the distance, but I think it will be challenging in the conditions. But being there and knowing that I will be raising a lot of money for the children just makes it all worthwhile.
That's incredible. Full hats off to you. Really challenging, and you're stepping up to it completely. Thank you so much, and good luck, because you're going quite soon, I know.
Yeah, thank you.